Chilling and surviving. What's up with y'all, fellas?
Doing the same. Jerry from the bottom. What? Where are you, dude? Yeah. You're in Seattle?
Yes, I am. I am in Seattle, in a little spot called Kent, a little city called Kent, Washington.
Okay.
So that's why we say Seattle, because it's like, pooh.
It's like right there?
Oh, man.
What's the weather like there?
We appreciate y'all. Once again, I didn't mean to cut you off, but we appreciate y'all, man, for showing all the love and having us on once again, man.
You too, man. You've been at it for a while now, right? It's at least been a couple of years, right?
Wait, how many years?
I would think at least 2 years, no?
Just, man, 1 year.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize. I thought it was longer, man. It's good, but it's good to see you guys are still at it, because there's so many shows that they just stop.
Man, and that's true, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta give a huge big ups to Cal for that, man, because he'd be like, hey, man, you want to record this day? Hey, man, you want to record Sunday? So we make it he'd be like, hey, you want to do that? Let's stack up some episodes. So, you know, man, he's the one. He's the motivated guy that keeps me like, you know what, son? Yeah, you right. Let's do it.
I like that. I like you guys too. This is from the beginning, just the chemistry you guys got and all that. How did you guys meet again?
Yeah. Oh man, 06, man. I moved up here to Seattle from New Orleans. And,
I was gonna say, I thought you were
from basketball.
Was it?
It was from we met from his nephew, and we played basketball, and man, ever since then we played basketball, and we still hung out. He was the best man at my wedding, and we kept it close, man. And he came up with the idea because he heard some people, doing it, and I'm like, why not? You know what we got to lose? It's free, you just gotta put time in. So yeah, man.
So I'm curious then, who's the better basketball player?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'll tell you this, and I will say this, man. When I first met him, man, the dude, he was awesome. He was doing stuff I never knew that. I'm like, well, damn. He wasn't the one jumping out of the building. He was just his IQ, and it's always been like that. And that's something I can say, man. He got me IQ wise, man. He can pass that ball.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I ain't got the score. Me, over the years, man, playing with him for so long, and just Seattle being like a basketball state, man, I just kind of got in the rhythm and just got used to playing with guys better. And so that's what made me better. But nah, man, IQ-wise, man, I got to give it to him. He's the guy.
I heard your last show. You guys talking about some great stuff. Just from the beginning, the Childish Gambino video, I love that, dude. I saw that like a week ago. So good.
Dude.
Right?
That was like the funniest. Just his stance involved,
Yeah. Just the message to the video, too. It's like, wow. It's ballsy, man. Ballsy.
It is. And the thing about it, what shook everybody was that he's dating a white chick. So that has everybody like, then, well, how can you make this video? You got to think about it. At some point, we still feel harmed, and we still feel some kind of way, even though we may date outside our race. That doesn't make us less blacker because we dating somebody outside our race.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the video was nice, man.
It was nice. It was real nice, dude. It was a great video. And I loved you guys talking about Kanye. I wanted to ask you if you feel that he represents the black community, because he's out there, Kanye West.
Kanye is different, man. He, like, with the whole Trump situation, I don't know any black people that roots for this guy. And when there is, they go on TV and they look like fools. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They look like fools representing this guy, or trying to say, well, he's a good president. No, he's not.
No,
he's not. I don't know, man. It's funny.
I just love you guys saying he got lipo and shit, Kanye. Like, what guy would get lipo, man? I didn't even know that.
Hey, that's bougie status. I don't know. I can't get no light bulb, man.
And he's still
need to go to
chubby.
the gym, do some squats.
He's still chubby, right?
It's still, hey, that's the thing. They'll be like, you can't run from me, Kanye. Oh man, that's funny. That's a funny. He's a different guy. He's a different black. I'll see that.
Yeah, he is. He's out there, man. Just everything he's ever done. It's been for a while though, because like you guys mentioned, like him just snapping, but it's been like his whole career that I could see. Like, he's been doing crazy shit, man.
You know, I think it was different. Like when he first came out with the whole Katrina thing, and he got on TV with Mike
Myers.
Mike Myers.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, Bush doesn't like black people. You know, I was like, you know, well maybe he might have a point, and you know, till then, and he became Kanye. So everybody kind of looked at him, and he did kind of veer off. I don't know if it was after his mom's or once he got with the Kardashians.
I love that you said too, like if he was just a regular dude in the hood, you would just ignore him. You'd be like, yeah, he's crazy. You don't know what he's talking about.
But it's Kanye, so
it's Kanye.
It's Kanye. They're like, man.
But musically, man, he's got some amazing songs. Like, I don't know.
Have you heard the song with him and T.I.?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It was them two actually going. They were going back and forth talking about the whole Trump situation. How can you like somebody if they talk like this, or you know? And that's how the song was, and it was a dope song. I'm like, it made me look at T.I. differently. I'm like, yo, I brought a whole new different type of respect for him.
I like T.I. I've always liked T.I.
Yeah, he always had them bangers. I ain't gonna lie.
He did, man. He really did. I remember years ago I was sitting with my buddy Joe. My buddy Joe Whitehead, and I hadn't heard much T.I., and he played some T.I. I'm like, all right, T.I.'s cool. T.I.'s cool. What I wanted to ask you as a black guy, who do you feel represents black culture the most as a celebrity or rapper or whatever?
I like J. Cole. That's one.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick is cool.
I would say I can say Lupe, but we really don't hear too much about him. Did I say Jay-Z?
No.
I would say Jay-Z because it's the OJ Story song. When he came out with that, it made so much sense.
Yeah.
It made so much sense, man. I'm like, hey, because they got cats dying over a street corner that they do not own at all.
Yes.
But they will kill somebody with it.
Yeah.
Who do y'all think? Who do you think?
I don't know. I've gotten disconnected, I think, like getting older. I don't know.
The Black Panther.
Something like the Black Panther. I agree with Jay-Z. I agree with Jay-Z, definitely. And yeah, that's I like Kendrick too.
I still see a lot of people wearing like the Tupac shirts.
Tupac shirts? Yeah, but that's because the Kardashians. They trying to put their name on there. They tried resell. Did you see that, Jerry?
Man, yeah.
The Kardashians tried like putting was it themselves over Tupac and selling T-shirts, and they got sued over it. They got sued. It was really stupid.
Serious?
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Kardashians are just
they're dumb.
They're the devil.
They're dumb.
that don't make any sense. Tupac, he was a smart dude for his age. I didn't realize he died that young. And for him to talk how he was talking, honestly, man, he had the government shook.
He was the next level guy.
He has them. Yeah.
I like
because man,
as far as like a really smart black guy goes. Who did we talk about earlier? Was it 50? 50 Cent is a real smart guy, and he's just like real business savvy. He's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You know what? He knew what he was doing. All the beef that he stirred up, he knew.
Yes.
He can sell records, and he knew he can make money off of beef. And he's a funny dude.
Yeah.
Like literally, he's funny. I'm like, dude, You funny, you a rapper, and he does make good investments.
Vitamin water, man, shit. You can't get a better investment than that. That shit blew the fuck up, and then he sold it. Dre's another one, man. Just real smart businessman. And real good at finding like the next artist type of thing. Like found Eminem, found 50, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 50. Who else? Because they have Kendrick, huh? It was 50, then Kendrick, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a smart move, man. Kendrick was spitting like that since he was like 16. I'm like, goodness gracious, what have you been through? I want to rap like that shit.
When I first started hearing Kendrick, I'm like, yeah, he's like the best of the worst, but I've gotten so much more fond of him as the years have gone on. Like, yeah, no, he's amazing. He is as amazing as they say.
Yeah, he's in a lot of these dudes are intelligent. Like J. Cole, man, he's on one of those Bob Marley hip hop.
Yeah.
Cause I can bump J. Cole. Drake, I can do Drake. He's like the club.
I like a few Drake songs, but yeah, I'm not down with Drake for the most part.
Oh, you're not into Drake like that?
No, there's a couple songs I really love, but then he does some fucking weird ones.
Then he would do something. I was like, man, I'm not better than that. You tripping. You just making money because your name's Drake.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. At some points,
that's how it is. Because, come on, we got Future. I don't know what he be talking about, man. So,
Jerry, did you just drop a new show? Did you do one with your wife?
Yeah, we did one. Hey, the funny thing is, man, I probably mentioned it on the show. We were supposed to have a friend of ours, my wife's best friend, Jamisha. She's been on it before. They were supposed to do one together, just them two.
Oh.
But it didn't work out. So yeah, man, me and my wife, we actually ended up finishing last night. We finished at like 1. And I edited everything, and we ain't hit the bed till like 3 something. I'm like, man, it was a fun session.
Yeah, was it a good show?
It was a good show, man. I believe that I give you guys a shout out. Yep, because I was saying I was getting ready for the interview today. Yeah,
nice.
I believe so. I did shout you guys out.
Cool, man. Thank you. I was gonna ask too. Have you ever gotten in a fight over the show? Like, has that ever caused a problem at home?
A fight? We got into some beef.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was, we took someone's headlines. I don't know if you want to call it headlines. What would you call it? A description of their show.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we were new, so we didn't know how to go about doing it. So, we took the best thing that we seen, and that was, to me, like the most props that I would have got out of it. If someone was to take it. Yeah.
It's kind of an homage.
Yeah, and we seeing that he has all these followers, all these people. So, we thinking that this little simple thing ain't going to be a big deal, but it was.
Oh,
and it's not like he came and addressed us like, like a man. Like, he went off the Richter. I'm like, wait a minute. And I was at work. I got cussed out. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Now, mind you, Cal, he was the one doing it, so I didn't know what happened. So we inherited beef. Now, the funny part about it was, probably a couple weeks ago, a month or two ago, he actually sent us a friend request and wanted us to be on the show. So I'm like, how do you feel about it at this point? Like, is it cool? Do you just want us on the show? So what is it?
Do you want to give me shit over it? Yeah.
Right,
what is that?
like,
yeah.
I need some drama in my show. That's...
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh.
I'm like, hey, it's completely fine, bro. He just went off the deep end. I'm like, dude, you need a life vest? You went off on the deep end.
Yeah, we pissed a couple other shows off and all that, but
couple.
Wasn't that number? Not have you? So y'all been through this already?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot.
It's fun. We just ride it out. I kind of love it. I kind of love the fact that, like, I got you that worked up where you did 40 minutes and I talked about you for 10 seconds, like kind of thing. Like, I love it.
And so was it that bad, or was it just mentioning, you guys just mentioning these people?
It's as bad as they make it out to sound. Like, they paint it in their own way. Like, I just said it as, passing comments where they acted like it was hate speech type of thing. Like, that's been a few times, and call the guy a fag. Like, really, like, that's just meaning you're stupid. I didn't compare it to homosexuality. Like, I know you're not supposed to, lump that with being a bad thing, but it just means, I called you a dummy, basically. And
fag originally means bundle of sticks.
It means a cigarette.
You're as dumb as a bundle of sticks.
Yeah. I like Slambo. I like Slambo.
Someone knows.
He knows this stuff.
They got highly sensitive over that, huh?
Yeah. You can't do nothing anymore, man. You can't say nothing anymore.
You can't. Yeah, that's like to the public. Like, if you do something.
That's it, though.
Like Kevin Hart, for instance. He cheated on his wife, and he had to go make a public service announcement. For what?
Man.
That's what
I'm saying.
Yeah, right? Like, I feel like, too, once you do that, once you make that public service announcement, once you apologize, people are going to be scrutinizing you for everything. They're going to want an apology over anything. That happened with Tracy Morgan back in the day where, like, he said something in stand-up, and then he apologized, and then after it, all you heard was, like, people wanting apologies for other things.
He said something about stabbing a kid. Was that what it was?
I didn't hear that one. I heard he mentioned
I think it was like something like that.
He said retards was as strong as chimpanzees. That is a funny line.
Yeah.
But it got a lot of heat, bro.
Yeah, people just they can't joke anymore, man.
That's it.
Richard Pryor, I heard him in stand up, and man, I'm like, yo, why is this generation is so sensitive?
Yeah.
You can't call somebody gay.
No.
You call somebody gay, oh, you're very opinionated. How can you do that? Or if you call a woman that's a man, still a man. I'm saying, be like, it's clear he's a dude. He just has on a skirt. What you want me to call him? His name is Rob. What do you want me to call him? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, this world's so sensitive. It's all bad.
I saw too. I don't know who you guys had, like, as far as it goes, but didn't you guys have one of your mothers on as a guest?
Oh, yeah, Cal had his mom on.
It was Cal?
Mama Jackson.
I don't know if my mom would want to do a show with us. Like, my mom would...
My mom has.
Slim's mom is coming.
We had my mom choose the Prince
and,
song.
Yeah,
and
Slim's
Slim's
mom's called. I think my mom would be a cool interview. I don't know. Like,
So it's like what to talk about, right?
Yeah. I would have to clean it up a little bit. I would have to PG it up a bit. I don't know.
Hey, but you never know now. You know, moms, remember, they was young at one point, so I'm pretty sure, mom said something to be like, wait, mama, wait a minute. We need to rehearse this. You can't be talking like that. You told me keep my manners.
My mom would probably be a cool interview. What kind of stuff did you talk about? Like, did you ask her, like, what her craziest memory of Cal was?
It was actually him and her who did it. I didn't do it with them.
Oh, so you set out on that?
Yeah, they did it. It was types of, back in the day questions like, what did I do to get on your nerves, or how did you handle me?
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of music? Yeah,
That's some
did
great
y'all wear
stuff.
a bell bottom? He asked one question what was funny about the Jerry curl. He said, so Jerry curls was in back then. So did you keep yours juicy? It was crazy, man. I'm like, yo, he be having questions. And it be on the spot, too. He be having them questions on the spot. I be like, dude, that's funny.
So who does the editing of your show? Like, you said you did a show with your wife. Cal wasn't there. He did a show with his mom. You weren't there. Like, do you guys both do that kind of stuff? The
we
recording?
Do, it's all off Audacity, which is a free programming.
Cool.
We both have interfaces. It started off, we only had one interface, which was by his house. So I'll always go over there by his house, and he'll just edit it. And it became a point where we were editing, going into like being very detailed about editing. I mean, from like a little cough to this, and it would take days. And we came up with the idea of, let's just try to put it out there, you know, so we ain't got to put in that much work. You know, do a little, if it's too loud, turn that down. If it's too low, turn it up, you know, type ordeal. So we was doing that by his house, and then he was like, hey, you know, I can bring all the equipment by your house. And that's what we started doing. And then once Christmas came, what happened was my wife, she ended up buying me a mic, and he ended up getting a new interface. So he kept his interface at home, so when we went by his house, we recorded, and then when we went by my house, he didn't have to bring anything. So
that's cool. So
that's what we do.
Both spots. I like that.
Yeah. So if it's late, if it's not put out on at 7:30 on Wednesdays, it's because I'm editing.
Well, what do you edit out? Just the breaks, right? Like, pretty much. Like, a little
the breaks, and then I do the bits I edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, just the breaks, and then a lot of my editing is spent, like, adding in the ads and stuff like that. And,
yeah, we kind of we don't edit interviews.
Well, because when we first started, and then I first started editing, I would take like 2 weeks editing an hour because I was doing the same thing you just said, where I was like cutting out like boring, like stuff that I thought was boring, and then I started like criticizing little words. Well, I don't like when I said that, so I cut that out. And I'm like, we do a live show. If it's not good enough to air live, then like, so it's like whatever now. So I just cut out the breaks, and that's it, and you get the live experience almost exact. So
yeah.
And that's the fun part, because I tell him, I said, look, bro, I just pressed the record button just because. And like I did the one show that was all bloopers, I was just taking all bloopers and putting them in there, because I feel you get the best when you're not, when you don't realize that you're live.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you ain't paying attention, you just say something that's extra funny, and all of a sudden you're like, we live. Man, why you ain't tell me we live? And it's, I just think it's fun from there. So
that's like back in the day.
Yeah, bro, that's me.
Oh, what was it like? We used to talk on breaks and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it anymore, because we say a lot of cool shit on breaks. Like, that could be part of the show. Like, yup. You don't realize like it's that good.
So only one person edits everything.
Yeah,
some does, but like I said, it's just mainly breaks. And
it's nothing.
Cleaning up a little bit of the bits, like with our serial drama stuff.
It's not a big thing, but it's still sometimes hard to get myself to sit down and do it. Like, I'm not gonna lie at that.
Nah, you sound like me. I'm like, wait, we put the show out Wednesday morning, and I'm like, yo, it's Tuesday, and I ain't even started on 5 minutes yet. Damn. I'm sitting there late at night, falling asleep. I'm like, look, I'm gonna take a break and wake up in the morning.
I'll do this tomorrow.
Exactly. I'm like, oh man. Well, see what Cal does. He's a late bird, so he'll just stay up, and once we done and I head home, so he'll and
I do that too.
He'll be like, all right, the show ready.
I'm up
you
late.
Do that too?
Yeah, I'm just up late regularly, like, but I have like everything like to a science, I guess, with like during the week, like gotta find stories on this day by this time. I gotta do guest prep this day, this time. Like I got it down.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, hey, you have to. You have to.
I feel that Slim's got it down too. Slambo, he just comes in and he looks pretty. He just looks good.
I say stupid shit.
He says whatever he wants. It's perfect.
He said whatever. Hey, you gotta have somebody like that.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to.
I agree.
That is crazy, man. So how long you guys' episodes, the average episode length would be like what, hour and a half or more, or longer?
Oh, 4 hours.
4.5 live, and it's 4.
It cuts. Well, usually it cuts down because lately I've been cutting out like full. Sometimes we'll cut out full segments.
Cut out a half hour.
It comes to like maybe 3.5 hours altogether.
Yeah, it's a long.
A show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how many topics would y'all have?
Well,
We do, at the beginning we do just like a regular, catching up on the week. We do, Ryder Doll from, Night Flirt. She does, Ryder reacts to Urban Dictionary. We do that every week. And then we do, news. We do a half-hour news.
we have a formula down.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
what it
bits
is.
that Rob writes every week.
I got
so.
a couple skits we do, and,
Yeah.
and then and then 5 or 6 half-hour interviews every show.
Oh, you have 5 or 6 interviews every show?
Yeah.
So that makes up the rest of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get on that level, that interview level.
It's a lot.
We've had a couple. Yeah, we had a couple good interviews, man. Phone interviews recently.
Yeah, who have you guys gotten?
Good. We had our guy, let me see, Chris from Mouthpiece from it's a record label up here. Let me double check, because I do not want to get this. Hard Grown Records. I'm sorry, Hard Grown Records. Shout out Chris.
Cool.
We had Alexis Peterson, who played for Seattle Storm's WNBA team.
Nice.
We had Brian King. Do y'all know who that is?
No.
Have you guys ever watched the show The Shy?
No. The Shy is called?
The Shy. Yeah, it's the new. It's about Chicago, upcoming show.
Oh, okay.
We had an actor from there. He was on there. And I had my cousin, Poppy Holden from Young Money, a group called Vice Versa. We did a show with him.
Nice.
And, yeah, man.
Cool,
We're
man.
trying to get more people.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, we have to wrap this up, Jerry, but thank you so much for talking to us, man.
Man, shit, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. This is cool. I just got done with coaching a basketball game, and I'm like, man, what time is it? I need to get on this interview.
Where can everybody find you guys?
Y'all can find us on Facebook, From the Bottom page, and also on Facebook, Cal and J. Instagram. We on iTunes. We on Spreaker. We on. I don't know if we made it to Spotify. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. So we got that kids on YouTube as well. Kids, if you have kids, tune in. You can also find. You can find me if you listen to music on jr.504 on SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud, but every so often.
We got off of there just because of how unstable SoundCloud was.
Yeah. You do like one show and that's all your minutes, and I'm like,
That's
I don't need to pay a subscription. How do you do YouTube?
even paying though. We were paying for a while in there, and every few months they were going bankrupt. SoundCloud is really, really really rough for a while.
We do Podbean now, and I'm paying for the same amount, and there's so much more options.
I was gonna say either the same amount or less, and they do more. I think.
I think it is. I pay less. Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah, you're right.
a couple bucks less. Yeah. So it was like,
a couple bucks live. You know how that go.
I know, man.
Oh, man.
All right, Jerry, have a good one, brother.
All right, fellas, man. Y'all be easy. Shout out once again, man. Thank you, Robin Slim.
Thank you,
Thank
Jerry.
you, Jerry.
From the bottom.
All right. From the bottom, and we out.
Later, dude.